Hey y'all, welcome and welcome back. So for today's video, we're going to be doing another Monster High ranking video. This time we're going to be tackling Robecca Steam. If you haven't seen this series of videos that I do on my channel before, it's where I take a look at a Monster High character from G1 and G2, and then I look at all the dolls that were released for them and rank them based on my personal opinion. It is personal, so probably you guys are going to disagree on some of these, and that is totally fine. Different opinions are more exciting and more fun in the doll collecting community, so definitely leave your thoughts on all of these dolls down below in the comments. I do need to say, in the last video that I did, I had said Robecca was the last single video, and then I was going to have like a couple of conglomerate videos, and I was wrong. A couple of you guys brought up Twyla in the comments of that video, and somehow I just forgot. Like, not that I forgot about her as a character, I think that I thought I had done her. I don't even know. But I didn't do a video for Twyla, and she does have enough dolls to merit her own video. So we're going to do Robecca today, and then Twyla will be next, and then we will get to the conglomerate videos. I did double check, so I shouldn't have forgotten anybody else that's going to get their own single video. There's just so many characters it's hard to keep track of, but we can focus on the one today. So yeah, if you guys do find yourself enjoying the Robecca Steam ranking, if you could give it a like, that'd be really awesome. And if you aren't subscribed and you like what you see, maybe subscribe so you can see more. But with that out of the way, let's start with the ranking. So I do all of my rankings in Procreate, and the tiers I use for Monster High are perfect, good, and good but not for me. That one's for dolls that I can look at and say that they objectively have a really cool design, but I just don't personally mesh with them. Then we have mediocre, bad but it gets worse, and burn it. So to start off with Robecca, we're actually starting off with her original, which is not always something that ends up happening. I feel like the originals usually come later in these videos, but we are starting with the original, and I know this is the first doll, but I'm going to preemptively say I think that this might be my favorite Robecca. I just think that they really, really nailed this design. She's so pretty. I have her on my shelf behind me. Just all of the steampunk inspiration, all of the colors are so, so cool. I feel like I have to give it to her and have to put her in perfect. Those of you who have been watching for a while know that that's a trend with these videos, that the original dolls usually get a very high ranking. But you know, that's not a bad thing. Then we have the SDCC Robecca, and I don't know how people feel about her. I feel like I've heard fewer good things about this set. She came with her dad, Hezekiah, and I feel like I've heard better things about Hezekiah than about this Robecca, and I feel like I've heard less positive things about this SDCC set than others, but that could just be what I'm hearing. Like, I don't actually know how it is. I love the concept of her being metallic, because like, if she has just been built, maybe she'll be like fresher metal. I think that that was the concept. I actually don't know. I don't really know much about this set, so I'm not 100% sure that she was supposed to be like a younger monster in this one. Whatever the case is, though, I really like the concept of the metallic skin for Robecca. I think that it is very striking. It's not something that you see very commonly with dolls, for them to have a metallic skin tone. It's really, really cool. Where I think this design falls flat is that everything else just doesn't meet that standard. Like, her hair is just one color, very boring, and all of her clothing pieces, like, there's no real painted details, like on her shoes or on her belt here. I think that for an SDCC exclusive especially, there's just a lack of detail. Like, even the fabrics in this image don't look very, like, expensive to me. If you have this doll, let me know if I'm completely off base. But yeah, she's just not like matching up to the base for me. I thought I was going to put her in good, but the more I look at her, the more I'm like, that's kind of disappointing. I think I'm going to put her in mediocre. Because I feel like there was so much potential with the skin tone. Like, that could have been such a striking doll to have a metallic skin. And then they just didn't give that level of attention to anything else, it feels like. Next up we have Gorgeous Accessories Robecca. I do like the shorter hair on her. I feel like a lot of the time when they change the hairstyle and like hair length of characters, when they go short, they don't give it a lot of like design. It's just like a weird short ponytail or something. This one I think is cute. I think that this looks good for her. Her outfit though, severely lacking. Again, like no painted detail on these boots, which the sculpt is so cool. But where's the detail? You know, where's the pizzazz? It's Monster High. And then she has the same bag that she had in her original doll, which is just like, she doesn't have many dolls. So to me, like, reusing accessories on a Draculaura who has like 100 dolls, that makes sense because it's 100 dolls, you know, like, I get it. But Robecca has under 10 dolls, so do you really need to do that? I don't know. Anyway, I like the print for her skirt, but overall I think her outfit is really quite boring. there's just not like enough detail. I feel like there's not enough oomph there, especially when you compare it to her original, because her original was like so detailed and so fun. This is just not giving it. So she's gonna also go in mediocre, because she's not like ugly, she's not bad. I just wish that there was a little bit more for her. Then we have Ghouls Alive, and I will say that this is maybe one of the better Ghouls Alive dolls. In general, I don't think that these were great, because they always just look super off and super weird. She doesn't look that weird. Like, she looks pretty good. I feel like her sculpt wasn't really messed with too much here. I actually kind of like the shorter hair on her. This length is kind of a vibe. But it is just the original with, like, fewer details, you know? Does she have fewer details? Hold on. She doesn't have the bag. Something about it just looks off. I can't even tell, because I think double checking it actually looks like maybe the same amount of detail, but it doesn't look like it. Does that make sense? Probably not, but she's not quite as good as the original. But I'm actually going to rate her in good, because I don't think that that was as creepy as most of the Ghouls Alive. Okay. Dead tired. Those of you who have been around for a while know that I'm just not really a pajama themed line person. I just don't get it. Hers isn't bad though. Like, I do like all of the ruffles. I think the prints are fine. I know that they reused this sculpt for the shoes a lot, but I love that hers got little goggles. That is actually so funny. I love that. And then the fact that her speaker is like a phonograph. Her sleep mask is cute. This is going to go solidly in good, but not for me, because I personally am not really a fan, but I can appreciate the attention to detail and, like, the theming in that. Okay, then we have Dance Class. I'm not a fan of this shade of purple for Robecca. I just don't really like it. I like that her shoes have 2 different colors, but I don't like one of the colors. This one just feels weird to me. The top hat with the headband, that's cute. That feels very steampunk, very appropriate for her. The colors are just weird. I get that, like, the skirt is, like, plates of metal. The top, though, I feel like it's supposed to read maybe more, like, watch? I'm not sure, because it doesn't look like Years of a Watch either. To what it looks like to me is it looks like it'd be more appropriate for Rochelle, because it's giving me stained glass. It doesn't look like it fits Robecca. I don't know. I think this is a pretty bad one. There's a couple good points, but most of it I just don't really like. I have the wrong layer. Always have the wrong layer. Anyway, though, I'm going to put her in bad, but it gets worse, I think. I'm not really a fan of that one. Okay, Coffin Bean. Is this the only time she gets bangs like this? Fascinating. It, like, completely changes her face shape. It's so funny how that can happen even on dolls. Like, on people, you get bangs and you look like a totally different person. But it's so funny how that can happen on dolls, too. I don't mind it on her. I think it's pretty cute. I like the print of the shirt. I don't mind the print of the skirt terribly. The shoes are pretty fun. I feel like there's a little bit more effort in this one, which is funny because, like, this one actually looks like it has a little bit more effort put into the outfit than the SDCC one, and that one was definitely more expensive. I do wish she had some sort of headpiece, but I like her little, like, mason jar. I think that's very funny and very cute. I think I'm actually going to put this one in good. Something about her is just connecting with me a little bit more than the others. And then we are already on the last one. Like I said, Robecca doesn't have that many. And this one is Art Class. I love this. Like, the funky goggles, like, type headpiece. That is so fun. The molding is so cool. She's got a blowtorch. Like, the theming is immaculate on that. This, I will say, on the top is a much better purple. I don't know if it's just because there's less of the purple or the tone is just better, but I love it so much more. I do think the print on the bottom is, like, kind of weird because there's gears and stuff, but it's also giving a little bit of circuit board, which is, to me, like, the opposite. Like, that doesn't make sense. But from far away, I feel like it still looks pretty good. Her boots, look at how tall these boots are. Those are awesome. Oh my gosh. Robecca, get it. That's so cool. I love the colors too. I wish there was more painted detail going up and down the top, but those are really cool actually. I like this one a lot. I don't think it... Does it deserve to be imperfect? That's the question. I think my only critique is the skirt kind of reading circuit board, but I love the striped shirt. I love the buttons on the shirt. The overall silhouette. You know, I like this one. I'm going to put this one in perfect. We're feeling generous today. That was pretty cute. Okay. So that is going to be the Robecca ranking. She doesn't have any in Burn It, which I feel like sometimes that's the most you can ask of me in these ranking videos. I can be quite harsh. But yeah, it's not terrible. Most of her designs, the things that I didn't like, my biggest complaint was like you could have pushed it further, because I feel like Robecca has the steampunk theme, and that's a theme that you can really just never stop going with. Like, there's no such thing to me as too much in a steampunk design. So I think that that's where her outfits sometimes suffered, is they were just a bit too simple or too little, or they just looked a little bit too cheap. But when she's good, I feel like she's really good. And the theming that they have with her, even on dolls that I didn't personally like, I feel like the theming was usually on point. So that's going to be my ranking. As I said before, I would love to hear what your rankings are in the comments down below and how they differ from mine. We are actually getting close to the end here. I really do only have Twyla left, so that's very fun and exciting. You guys have been leaving some suggestions for things that I could do kind of in place of this series in the comments down below, and I would love to hear more suggestions if you have them. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed your time here today. I hope you have a lovely rest of your day or your night or whatever it might be, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye, guys!